Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? Um, what's going on? Hope everyone's had a very prosperous, very enjoyable week wherever you are. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Um, yeah, many of you know I did a live stream of God of War Ragnarok yesterday, so don't forget to check that out. I'm gonna look to do more videos like that on Saturdays, you know, because it's earlier in the daytime and it's more, I think it would be more convenient for all of you guys. Um, this week I'll be doing right now or today, this week in WWE. Um, I won't be talking about any of the action that's gone down this week. I'm going to be talking about the action in the prior week before this one. But I will be mentioning the Cody Rhodes Brock Lesnar face off. That's the only thing I'll be talking about from this week. Everything else I'll be discussing will be more about last week. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead on and get started. This week in WWE, we're on the road to SummerSlam, and the action has been fast and furious. So this week, we have a lot to talk about. So let's do it. First bit of business here is the Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar face off. And I'm going to let you guys know how I really feel about this. Um, I'm really not a fan of this storyline with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And I feel that WWE could have gone a better route with Cody Rhodes, but I just don't think him and Brock. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, thankfully we're getting, you know, their trilogy matchup at um, SummerSlam. Hopefully, this will be the last because it's absolutely pointless and it's stupid and um yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And so I really don't have much to say about it. I mean, but I'm just gonna read it to you anyway. This face-off was nothing more than the outright assault by Brock Lesnar. Brock came out, or no, this face-off was nothing more than an outright assault. Brock came out and basically beat Cody like he stole something. He accepted Cody's challenge in the process, but I mean, it was nothing more than a beatdown. So my reaction is this: we still don't have a reason for why Brock attacked Cody on the Raw after Mania. It feels like this storyline is rushed, which is basically what it is, and shouldn't be happening at all. That is all I have to say on this matter. Moving on. Yeah, um, I just think that it's rushed and it it just doesn't sit well with not only just me, but it doesn't sit well with hardly anybody in the WWE universe. I mean, nothing against Cody, but I just don't see how Brock factors into Cody's adversity. And I mean, for me, my money, I would have liked it had they, you know, gone a better route, like him and good. Like maybe you look at somebody from the Judgment Day, maybe, but I don't know. Judgment Day, yeah, too much. But I just think that you know WWE should have done a better job at you know telling Cody Rhodes' his adversity story. I just don't think that, you know, Brock Lesnar does anything here. I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, it's pointless. Moving on to something that we actually care about, and that is the women's title picture for SummerSlam. And, you know, I think that when you look at this picture, it's starting to take shape. Um, it looks like we're gonna get Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, and then one match that was also confirmed was the triple threat for the women's championship with Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte. Me personally, I would not have done a triple threat match. I would have gone a different route, as you're about to hear. But yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. Women's title picture for SummerSlam. I'm a fan of Rhea Ripley, aka Mommy. Her work has impressed me a lot over the last year. The storyline between Mommy and Raquel has been built up pretty good, and that this I will say this: Raquel is the one lady who could beat Rhea, but will she at SummerSlam? No, but it will be a banger of a match. Last night on Raw, there was a backstage segment with Raquel, Liv, and Rhea. Mommy attacked Liv by way of headbutt, and Raquel by way of taking out her knee. This led to Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville winning the women's tag team titles because of Raquel's knee just wasn't right. Liv would attack Mommy again in the main event of Raw. So, um, I think that, you know, they should steer the course. They should have Raquel versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. And I think it would be a banger of a match. Raquel Rodriguez is the one person that has Rhea's power, Rhea's agility, everything that Rhea has, Raquel has too. So when you're breaking down this match, it's even. It's evenly matched, and I feel like it would be a great match. Me personally, this was the match that I hope that they would do for SummerSlam, and I'm still hoping they're going to do for SummerSlam. It would be a banger of a matchup between these two in Detroit at Ford Field. And then you throw Liv into the fray, you make for a very interesting little, you know, get together between these two or these three actually. And so, yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't you. I respect Raquel's talent, and she has it in big bold letters. It, and I feel that the way that she's been portrayed over these last few weeks, several weeks leading up. I mean, her and Liv winning the tag titles at Money in the Bank to now her and Liv losing. I mean, the buildup has been great. Could it be better? Yes. I don't see Liv win not Liv, but I don't see Raquel winning the title at SummerSlam, but maybe in a rematch. I could definitely see that, you know. And maybe you throw Liv back into the title picture. Who knows? But it should make for a very, very interesting little battle between Raquel and Mami. Now we move on to the SmackDown side of things. In what is most likely going to be a triple threat for the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam, we have Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca. Last week on SmackDown, we got Asuka versus Bianca for the SmackDown Women's title. For the most part, I felt this was a good match during both Io, Bailey, and Charlotte all bought tickets to the match. Towards the end of the match, Charlotte, Becky, and Io got involved, and Io teased cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase again on Asuka, but came up short. How do I feel about this situation? Is I don't think it should be a triple threat at SummerSlam. If I had it my way, I would do it like this: Asuka versus Io and Bianca versus Charlotte. These two matches alone are money makers right there. People want good wrestling, and showcasing your talent is always smart. So, like I just said, I don't think it should be a triple threat for the reasons being I think the fans have basically made up their mind what they want. And what they want is they want Io versus Asuka for the women's title. That would be a banger of a match, and that would be a show stealer. Two Japanese ladies going at it with each other. I think they would steal the show. And I think it makes sense because when you think about it, I mean, Asuka deserves a lengthy title reign, yes, but Io deserves to challenge her. I mean, Asuka deserves a lengthy title reign simply because of what she's done for that division and how she's busted her ass night in and night out. She truly is, she truly is a one of a kind human being. I felt they should have put the women's title on Asuka at WrestleMania, but they did it at Night of Champions in what was a great match. And so, you know, Io winning the Money in the Bank, I felt this was a no-brainer as well. And we might get that matchup sooner rather than later. I hope Io maybe cashes in at SummerSlam. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I think what you do is you do Io versus Asuka for the women's title, and then the other match you would do is Bianca versus Charlotte in a singles match. That match alone is not only a mega money match, but it's a box office hit. And when you think about it, all those two are must see attractions. Now, I could probably tell you right now without any hesitation, if Bianca and Charlotte were to ever have a match, the crowd would obviously side with Bianca. Nothing against Charlotte, but I think her time as champion. I mean, I think it's time that Charlotte allows somebody else to hold the spotlight for a minute. It really is. And that's how I see this subject. Moving on. Could we be seeing a new Hurt Business? A new version of the Hurt Business? Well, we got a tease of it not only last week on SmackDown, but also on Friday night as well with Carmelo Hayes and Trick. A new Hurt Business. Last week on SmackDown, we saw a tease of a new version of the Hurt Business. So backstage, the Street Profits ran into Bobby Lashley. They both rode off in a limo. When I see this Hurt Business being revealed, I think about MVP Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The Street Profits would be a badass addition. And while you're at it, why not add a female alpha? Why not add Bianca Belair, right? I feel by adding the EST, she would really make the group stand out and could make for some must-see TV. Just that group alone could rival the Judgment Day. I hope WWE gets this one right, man, with this Street Profit, because I would hate to see them keep going down the same path. So the Street Profits possibly being teased for the Hurt Business, I think, it would be an interesting move, but it would be a smart move. I mean, just think about it. I mean, and now all of a sudden, this on Friday, you possibly got a preview of it of with Carmelo Hayes and Trick. Like, bro, that group would be gnarly. And then you add MVP into the mix. Like, bro, like it would make for a version of the NWO, and it could rival the Judgment Day. That's how good I think this group could be. I mean, think about it. MVP, Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and Carmelo Hayes, along with Trick. Bro, I mean, and Carmelo Hayes is ready to be called up. He's currently the NXT champion anyway. So I'm a fan of this move. I hope WWE sees it and I hope they go with it. If you ask me, this is the right call. No way. No way, shape, or form. Absolutely no brainer. Brian Pillman Jr. to WWE. There have been reports that Brian Pillman Jr. has been training at the Performance Center, which he could find himself signing with WWE. Brian Pillman Jr. is the son of the late, great Brian Pillman, who was taken from us way too soon. Brian Pillman Jr. has wrestled for MLW and just recently AEW. I think that Brian Pillman Jr. would fit perfectly in WWE. Let me explain why. Brian Pillman Jr. brings value to WWE's mid-card picture, and he would make a great IC or US title contender. And with his skill set, he could very easily find himself doing big things in WWE. AEW dropped the ball with Brian Pillman Jr. and didn't know what to do with him, but WWE could instantly make him into a big star. I could surely see him in NXT. Pillman Jr. versus Dragunov would be a banger of a feud. I'm a fan of Pillman Jr. and a WWE run cannot be ruled out. Now, Brian Pillman Jr., we got more confirmation on this today that literally over an hour ago, um, that a deal is in place for Brian Pillman to sign with WWE and to move to Orlando where he could get started in NXT. I'm not saying he's like new or anything, but I mean, he would fit well in NXT and just his work is impressive enough. It is. Final segment of the day, Shayna Bazler and Ronda Rousey's ongoing feud. The ongoing feud between Shayna Bazler and Ronda Rousey kicked into full gear at Money in the Bank when Shayna turned on Ronda, costing them the women's tag team titles in the process. I believe this feud will be must see TV because these two don't like each other. Shayna says her WWE beef with Ronda Rousey is legit and real. According to Cage Side Seats during an interview on WWE's The Bump, Shayna said her decision to turn on Ronda was 10 years in the making because Ronda has been this kind of jerk to her from day one of their friendship. When asked, when asked, let's see here, when asked why WWE fans cheer for her when she trash talked Ronda Rousey, Shayna said it's because everything coming out of her mouth about Ronda is real. One thing I've always said about wrestling fans, I guess sports fans in general, is they can smell when you're faking your funk. All this is like legit and real talk. I think they connect to stuff that's real. When I hear those words, when I hear those words, you have to admire Shayna Baszler. You have to respect you have to respect her her as a character and as a fighter. It is clear and obvious that WWE wants to bring back the NXT version of Shayna Baszler. I don't have an issue with this at all. Just just maybe if WWE plays its cards right, Shayna might just find herself as champion again. And I cannot wait. That is all for this week. And until next time, God bless. So that is it for this week in this edition, guys. Um, I hope you I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it informative. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my video, my playthrough that I did yesterday. It really helps the channel out and it really helps the algorithm out. So, yeah, hope you find it to be informative. And I hope you found this video to be informative. So, until next time, guys, take care and God bless.